What's up, guys? I'm Aussie Metalhead, and I'm doing 100 classic albums by the end of the year. This one might not be a classic, but it's by a classic artist like Nas, and it has a classic producer like DJ Premier, which I absolutely love. Some gangsta stuff I've listened to. I think I've listened to Hard to Earn, but I haven't listened to Moment of Truth. If you wanted to see that, drop a comment, I might do it. With Nas, I've only heard Illmatic, which is on my Patreon if you want to go see it. And obviously that album is flawless. And I've heard quite a few Nas features on like De La Soul projects and stuff like that. And I think he was also maybe on Eclipse. I'm not too sure. Infinite. I think it was on Mobb Deep Infinite. So he's doing the rounds, and he's always putting up incredible verses and features. And Illmatic is like kind of a flawless record. Even though it's not one that I go back to as much as like other rappers and stuff like that, it is clearly in a league of its own level good. So I'm curious to jump into this because I really liked DJ Premier's beats in the past, and I like Nas as a rapper, and it's going to be cool to see the first project and the most recent project. If you want to see me react to some more Nas, you can go to my Patreon. It's $5 a month, and you can request 2 classic albums or 1 non-classic. There's a list of 300 classics you can go to, and you can request a Nas album because I kind of want to do It Was Written on all of that, and I'll post Illmatic here soon. Anyway, let's jump into it. Already, I like the beat.
What a life. It's true that they underestimate you. My life is real. So I'm fronting on them every chance I get, to be honest. Wavy hair, mystique, up in this bitch deep, chain with some sick feet, corner of 10th Street, scoop me in an MPV, I'm holding big heat, solo was vocalist maestro, this fish grease, rest in peace Polo, he see us, I was just with G, just like Ryan E, me and Preem, this history, young ones of Abuelas, Jesus candles, bodegas, always playing some gangsta, who is there, they gon' say nah, look at us now, De La Mare, Ghost and Rick, big up Big L, Prodigy, True Goy, they live, martyrs if you will, a legend has a cartel. I'm on jets with giants, I'm Bill Parcell. PTSD, project trauma still dwells. Happiness gotta be in you, money can't help. So salute to the men that never hit the pin black. We got.
He is still rapping his tits off. I also like how Nas's voice is mature, because I've heard it Illmatic, right? And he obviously has a lot of youth energy there because he was like 16 to 19, depending on when he was recording and rapping and writing that stuff, right? And hearing his voice mature, he kind of sounds like, I guess, I can't think of the exact member, but there's like a member of the Wu-Tang Clan where I feel like he kind of sounds like it because his voice is matured in that sort of way. And it's kind of like this like East Coast, like, I'm thinking now it's like 40-50 sort of mature vocals, because I've heard, maybe it's like Raekwon or something like that. There's like a bit of a tinge of that in my mind, because I've heard some Raekwon features on like Kanye West stuff. Yeah, it's just, and then DJ Premier is doing really good on the beats. Is great so far.
To the bread and still live to spin that. What a life. I'm a man, I'ma die about it. Feel the pain, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Tell the truth, cause ain't no reason to lie about it. Invisible fingers playing chords on my haunted piano. I'm a man, I'ma die about it. Feel the pain, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Tell the truth, cause ain't no reason to lie about it. Invisible fingers playing chords. Already classic before you heard it. The spoiler was on my feature verses. I lined it up kinda perfect and then I hurled it. Rhymes in my mind's like pearls and oysters. Boss of bosses, Morpheus on my bullshit. The illest style right here. Till I got white hair, getting foul type stares. We ahead light years. We come out, the shift starts. So let the fifth spark. Turn the light switch off. Drive a block, switch cars. Toss a face mask and gloves. Damn, I just caught a buzz. Pulled another hit on the beat. Guess who the victim was? Guess who get reconfigured? The whole industry does. Premier, you my nigga, because we became the men our mothers prayed for. Maybe even exceeded their expectations, or maybe they always knew why tying up our baby shoes. What was waiting that brood and the souls of a chosen few. This ain't just talk, it's true. What a life. I'm a man, I'ma die about it. Feel the pain, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Tell the truth, cause ain't no reason to lie about it. Invisible fingers playing chords on my haunted piano. I'm a man, I'ma die about it. Feel the pain, but I'm not gonna cry about it. Tell the truth, cause ain't no reason to lie about it. Invisible fingers playing chords. My life is real.
I really love, and this song is kind of emblematic of it, of the Mass Appeal projects coming out. I listened to De La Soul, I've listened to Mobb Deep ones. I've actually listened to no Mobb Deep albums or De La Soul albums. but I find it really cool with like the kind of resurrection of past greats like Clips, Nas, De La Soul, Mob Deep, making new albums and doing like being, I guess, like faithful to their original sound, because I've heard like, I obviously know what boom bap is, so it's like I've heard Nas and this sounds very faithful to the sound. De La Soul sounds a bit faithful to the sound, but it also sounds a bit more modern. I like how there's clearly an intention to detail to like update the sound to make it more palatable for like 2025, because like a lot of the rap songs, like if I go to Illmatic, it's a flawless record, but like the songs are like 5 minutes, and I feel like they are able to condense all of their tracks down to like 2 to 3 minutes and still give like the boom bap flair and the refresh the production quality to make it sound more modern and stuff like that. It's just like these slight tweaks to this like classic sound set is just really cool. Also, if you haven't watched me before, I do ratings on the side. This is my ratings on first listen, so you can know where I'm at on certain tracks. I re-rate these tracks multiple times over when I re-listen to the albums multiple times over before I post on Album of the Year Discord or my TikTok. TikTok's with a cute little graphic. Discord's there so you can talk to me about my album review. And Album of the Year is there so you can read a bit more of a lengthy piece on what my thoughts are on the album are. But yeah, I think that this track is pretty good. I would give it like a tepid like 7 at the moment. Like I have an average rating of like a 5 or 6, so I do use the 1 to 10 scale faithfully. So yeah, this is just pretty good. It might be on re-listens I like it a tiny bit more in the like context of the project. That's always up to change. So that's why I do multiple re-listens after that. But yeah, great song and a great start.
Get ready.
I will say, I don't know if it was a part of De La Soul, I might re-listen to it. But like the gritty harshness to these beats that would usually happen in like East Coast 90s, it feels like it's polished a bit off to have less of that grit.
Jesus, the king out of Queensbridge, at ease us with your lyrical thesis. Me just chilling, buildings, high ceilings.
Ooh, I like his
Please, I'm from the
flow.
P's. VVS on freeze, VSOP's trees. Esco Pablo, silked out in Cabo. The prettiest, high tech like NVIDIA. Just that smart, I know a little about a lot. When you come from less, you learn particular plots. From whipping the pots, checking in on parlays or parfaits, how my days start. We on player shit. Dinner's cup, we leaving big tips. I taught some of y'all how to eat, but I won't trip. Taught some of y'all how to dress, but some of y'all still a mess. Serial investor, serial killer threat. Turn ether to Ethereum, y'all wanna bet? I got a crypto kid, come with a password. Then I flip that
this is interesting.
cash word. But then I get bored of that. It's too small, I'm off of that.
It sounds so odd to have such modern references with this sound. I wonder how it's like 90s references when you were a 90s kid sounded.
The boom blip, Mr. Cryptocurrency Scarface. Pay that nigga his chips. Yeah. I lay down digital lines over more bass. Think it's a shame these kids ain't see no freakniks. DC Howard homecomings and wild weekends. Youngsters said when I'm grown I'm coming. Then got grown, start clubbing and doing drugs. We wasn't. When I was young I only wanted Moet. I only saw the next 10 minutes. ADHD I guess. Things unchanged. Now I wanna add an extra zero. Be the hood hero. Turbo Maybach V12 goes 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. We move no less than 4 weapons. Pow, pow. This ain't no contract killers. This ain't the drug trade. No chainsaws, cocaine wars, no blood stains. I'm from the block with a chain. This a new blockchain. But my portfolio is many things. From quantum computing to biotech, cause it's life improving. Degradable plastic trash removing. And when the market is down, it's like a hustle when no coke is around. Your palm itch when opportunities found. It's Mr. Cryptocurrency Scarface. Pay that nigga his chips. Yeah. I lay criminal lines down over more bass. The boom, the dip. The boom blip, Mr. Cryptocurrency Scarface. Pay that nigga his chips. Yeah. I lay down digital lines over more bass.
I feel like this song is pretty good to great. I find the modern references to, as I said, a bit interesting and stark. There's also, he referenced like ADHD and stuff like that, and it's interesting to hear it in this sort of context because like obviously in the 90s, sorry, I had to sneeze. But yeah, in the 90s, they didn't really talk about mental health, that sort of thing. And I haven't really heard anything in this style, like just the classic boom bap style, that talks about mental health and like name drops ADHD, which seems like just a throwaway thing, but it just sounded interesting because I just had never heard anything like that in lyrics mainly, because I don't feel like people talk about ADHD that much, even though it's like quite a prevalent mental illness. It's interesting. I don't know.
Yo, Preem, play me
Part
that
3.
Billy Joel joint.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood.
Yeah, but the last track was like pretty good to great. That's why I gave it 7.5.
Miami Beach or to Hollywood.
Ooh, this is a nice sample.
Without taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind.
That's cool.
Steel toe, construct, walk, Nike shorts, at night at court, stress and cut your life short.
Ooh, there's a kind of Eclipse energy to this, actually. Like the production.
Plenty talented kids stay blessed, gamble and make bets.
It doesn't have the same polish, but I still like it.
Some die young, but it's all a rush. On part 2, I left you with 2 of my friends, and now our goals is that our sons don't end in juvenile pens. Rikers should be closed, MDC the beacon, where ice if you real, or they rob you upon your piecing. If you was locked down for a while, it's a different place now. They building hotels where it once was a devil's playground. Michelin stars cool, but the streets is cooking that beef stew, that chopped cheese too. Screwface how we smile. They want us gone, but that's fine, cause we really outside for now and all time. That New York state of mind.
Some folks like to get away.
Part 3,
Holiday.
3 times for NYC.
I like this sample, and then the lyrics on this seem a bit more poignant, like
What a
because
city.
it's a part of such a classic song liturgy.
Mets, Yanks, Jets,
It seems like a bit more
Nets,
focused
Giants,
lyrically. It's cool.
Islanders, Rangers, the world. And we got fit, jumping up, hitting pull-ups and dips on scaffoldings. Potholes still be hard on our whips. Never ending nightlife, supermodels events, some art galleries. I could name some clubs that no longer exist. The Limelight, the Tunnel, and the Palladium. All night we stayed in them fly, waving the sky. If you was maiden and wild, and wouldn't trade it to the day that you die. The most hated, and I think we know why. Now, rappers we know as legends, drifting, float to heaven. Some are living in present. They I miss 87. And Queens was a teen, then a kid with a chain, holding a pen and wrote pain. We'll never see this again. So I let rain replace the peepholes. I'm suited in boutique clothes. We're just inclined to defeat foes. The 5 boroughs where real life is defined. Y'all know the time when I'm in a New York state of mind.
It's interesting.
Opposition teams walk in the
I really
garden.
love the sample here. Like Billy Joel's part. I actually don't even know if it's a sample because I don't know if Billy Joel has made a song called New York State of Mind or anything like that. I actually probably have only listened to like 3 Billy Joel songs ever. But the first verse I felt like was really lyrically focused, and I did love that. The second one didn't grab me as much, but it's like Nas. I feel like Nas has such a high floor that it kind of just doesn't matter. It's always going to be pretty decent and good. But yeah, the first verse really struck me. I really like that one.
Rockin' Tim's and the Nas T. They only trolling, and that's fine, cause we outside for the 3rd time. That New York state of mind. Wipe your feet when you step in my house, though.
I'm in a New York state of mind.
Let them know. Yeah.
York state of mind. York state of mind. York state of mind.
There's something about the production here that doesn't feel like, when you listen to Illmatic, despite it being in 1994, and like production stuff has gotten better, like it's gotten more clearer and stuff like that. That's why we remaster all the old stuff, right? The Illmatic felt larger, like larger than life. Like the sounds were like encompassing, and there was like this grittiness to them. I liked DJ Premier a lot. I liked all of his beats that he did on De La Soul's project. This one I still like it, but it just doesn't feel like it has the same like oomph that I feel like, especially if you're doing New York State of Mind Part 3 and you're referencing like Magnum Opus and Illmatic and stuff like that, right? I feel like the production needs to, for me at least, for my enjoyment, match that. Like match the sound a bit more. Like it just sounds a bit too clean and like rounded. Like there's no rough around the edges, which was a part of like the charm of a lot of the beats on Illmatic.
Your state of mind. Your state of mind.
I think it's still good. I think I still like. I think this is still a good song, but it's not like an outstanding song. And I feel like it had the potential to be with that verse.
Okay.
And if the like
You gotta
production was
go
a tiny bit
deep,
different,
deep,
in my
deep
opinion.
to the underground.
Take every breath out of my body if I don't stay real. For life, yeah. Turn it up, turn it up, yeah. Welcome to the underground. That basement life, way underneath the earth. Dig up dirt, termites and baby mice. Scattering below the surface. We deep in the soil with jackhammering to the core of it all. Avoiding the laws outside the corner stores with the raw.
This has like a
Take me back
cheekiness
again
to it
before
that I
ice
like.
around me. On stage performing while they fighting around me. Later somebody gun pop. The good old days, we from the streets. Making plays, either you grind or you incomplete. Open the year 86 Lafitte. For the time of the team was confined to 4 walls and now we meet. How about it for the real? Now I can fly to Saudi. Doing deals, coming back home.
This, yeah, it has like a nice little groove to it. It's fun.
It was destined, and they blessed, let them go crazy. Healing is important. Live it if you talking. Children get the short end of the stick. Let's make better choices. And everything costs. There's a price just to breathe. Everything gets taxed. Nothing in life's free. So ain't nobody stealing my peace. I'm still a beast. If I gotta put a piece in somebody grill and release. Figure the speech. Picture me a civilian packing heat. Back in the days, waves immature, naivete. By the tender age of 12, around some men who made it through situations that was inhumane. Eating 12-course dinners, look how the menu changed. But the men ain't changed, yeah. Welcome to the underground.
Coming straight from the underground.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Coming straight from the underground.
A 24-karat go-to-war addict, manic, way beyond boss status. I need a room with the walls padded about mine. Cops used to pat us down.
Ooh.
Old straps we got passed
He's
down. From
really
all
rapping
legends, let
it,
us
so-
hold their weapons. They saw in us
Like the flow is so
coldness
sick.
that was in their essence. Hear the street confessions. If you kill a legend, now you a legend. The one who take out a legend, he next to be a legend. Allegedly, yeah, enamored. Feel it, I channel through the annals of the life of Ali. My spirit animal, fearless ice grill, your camera crew. Epitomize, personify an open letter to multiple golden eras that ended. I go forever. Official tissue, life changer, masterpiece theater. Fuck your candy ass Grammy grabs. I open fire like panthers behind sandbags. With my comrades, onslaught. Turn you corny niggas to cornstarch. I lead
Oh,
and you just go.
this
with
might
it.
just be like
one
the
who clash with
first,
the
like,
whole
truly
system
great
since
song.
I
Like, he
entered
is
the scene,
really
I just
spitting
roll
hard on
different.
it. It's just
Now
so
they
sick.
code switching, they soul missing. A Catholic priest appears in your mirror. Y'all away to prima nines like it's detox. Forget the drum machine when Prim could just do the beatbox. I bang on the top of a table, lit his house key knock. And I can freestyle, they can't see Nas. Welcome to the underground.
Coming straight from the underground. Coming straight from the underground.
I wish there was more oomph on a lot of the production. Like, as much as, like, I still feel like Nas has, in this version of Nas, because I've only heard Illmatic, and it feels weird to be like, oh, 30 years ago you had the chops. But if I'm literally talking about just what he's shown on this project so far, I feel like Nas has it in him to make, like, a project that I genuinely think would blow me the fuck away. He still has the rap flows. He still has all of this. I actually think like the production on this one was a tiny bit lacking for me because like, I don't know, maybe it's just the metalhead in me, right? But like, I want those, like the beat, the snares and stuff like that to have a bit more kick to them. And it just feels like everything is too polished off. And it doesn't have like the same glistening beauty to like a polished, I don't know, Strokes album or something like that. It just feels a bit nuded. And I wish it hit more. But in saying that, like, it's not bad. Like, it's easily good enough to be in the background of just like Nas having like doing a really great rapping performance, which is why this song is my favorite one so far. Like the lyricism, the flows, everything about that. He feels like he's tapping into like maybe not like 100%, but like 80-90% of what he can do. Because if he taps into 100%, it could be literally the best thing you can ever hit. Yeah, but it's like I think it's pretty great. I just wish it was a tiny bit better because I do love the performances on it a lot. I feel like I am being a bit too critical, but
And how do you feel about the music business?
I like
now
how
in
clear
general
this
right now,
sounds.
in comparison to before, when you first started.
Well, there's much more respect. They respect it as an art form now.
What were the feelings back then when you first started?
Nigga music.
Like this has a bit of the punch in it. Like the bass feels a bit bigger.
It's Nas.
Murderous material made by madmen.
Let's cop acres. I do this for thinkers. Salute to Sasha Jenkins. And door knocker, fly ladies, Gucci link gangsters, and rappers that use one producer. You know that Metro boom in the future. We still don't trust you. Didn't start it, but I boosted it. Figured I'd bring it back. Since multiple hit makers on one album, I introduced it. In fact, everything in my head made bread. I made hip hop and symphony shows start to spread. But still nothing is sweet. You can tell by just bumping this beat. Still nasty since 91, nothing competes. Before Snoop, before Wu, before Big, there was this young kid with small dreads from the bridge. It's Nas. Preem, how many times I gotta tell him? I don't give a goddamn.
I feel like this is what I was like looking for more so. Like this beat is so funky and sick, and it has like it feels larger, and then he's pulling off a really good performance as well. It's sick.
It's my life, not a third party witness a story. Somebody heard something different, distorted version of the truth. It's murder in the booth. Word to Lorenzo Irv, the Ben Swerve. Got ink on the sheets, the wings from an angel swings. What's beef? Recipe stack of chicks, queens. Flyest ever, Russia diamonds in Italian sweaters. Indian gold with the highest of betters. The winner's circle, I remember the win was respected. And we champion for those who had came and collected. For my G's with that money cologne, bring honeys home. I made smashes with Poke and Tone. They used to harass me when you gon' get up with Primo and Zone. Almost 30 years, people won't leave us alone, and I'm grateful. Middle fingers up to the hateful. I don't give a goddamn. It's Nas. Preem, how many times we gotta tell him?
Murderous material made by madmen.
Follow the leader like E and R, let's get him. I don't give a goddamn. It's Nas. Preem, how many times we gotta tell him?
Murderous material made by madmen.
Like that one is fucking actually kind of amazing. I'll see on re-listen if that's like goes up a ton of because I was teetering between 8.5 and 9 for that. Like the beat is just, as I said, like the beat is just sick. I feel like DJ Prem is going really hard on it. There's also like the ad libs really added some flair to it, where I felt like on other ones it was kind of like window dressing a tiny bit, but this one it felt like it added some energy to it. The beat, it had a bit of funk to it. I liked it, and Nas is doing Nas shit on it. It's just a really great track.
Remember the first time I made a beat, I had a cassette player in my grandma's crib.
I wonder if this is
didn't
an
have
interlude.
all, the extravagant equipment. This is back in the late 80s. And I used to listen to music on the radio that I liked, particularly old school, like 70s. And I would record it. And then after I recorded a certain part that I liked, I would record, loop, until it just became one beat. And, that was the beginning of me making beats. Record, loop.
I like the
record, loop.
History and story behind this track.
Loop. Record, loop. Record, loop. Record, loop. Record, loop.
It's a drive-in movie, no roofs on a bunch of Benzes. Let's try to reimagine the passion when I got in this. A Panasonic with a tape recorder, trying to level the treble and bass in order. The station sound distorted. I moved the dial to improve the sound. Years later, got a Sony stereo system, no comparison with the boombox. My living room knocks. My nigga Mayo next door, he banging on the wall, told us to stop. Take me back. Drugs and money, we cruddy, lung smoky, fiends in the hallway bummy. Just finished the OE, music saving our lives. Just listening, getting fried to underrated MCs. Spraying something to hide the aroma. Still in my mom's crib, was young and lazy. Quit school cause I needed fly shit, the fiends will page me. Not trying to be locked on a big queen's crazy.
Nas is having a really great
just in the
performance.
crib causing all this racket. Always knew I was the verbal assassin.
There's a nice charm
world, but only was half in. That's when I
to
had
like
an
how
epiphany.
rudimentary the beat
Came
is
with
because
less
of
on
the story that it
If I could
from
set a posse cut
like
off,
preface
that'd be
to it.
my entry. Picking up the stereos, remote control quickly. Ron G's in the cassette deck, rocking the shit. G a surprise. I open up, bombshell in my mind tells me I could hook a beat up for myself to rhyme. My mom's hall closet and boxes, all kind of shit. Johnny Taylor records and some good growth Grover Washington's, I'm locking in. Grab a piece of vinyl, drop the needle at the top. Listen for a beat to rock. 90-minute tape, I got enough time. Play it one time, 4 bars. Press record, then press pause, then restart. Record, loop, repeat. Do that by 20 times, yo, I made my first beat. Pause tapes.
It's like really.
Pause tapes.
I love it.
Record. Loop.
Like as a song, it's the reason why I think it's a tiny bit lower, despite the fact that like it's on the lower end of this project, because I don't think I would come back to replaying it, but like in the context of this album, and it adds like a wholesomeness, it like peels back the curtain a tiny bit, and I liked learning about that. Yeah, also Nas does a pretty good rap performance. I feel like it's a good bounce to like a 7.5, but like yeah, that I like this. I saw that it just, I don't check these things often, but I just saw that this is by far the lowest rated track on the album. Like, a lot of this stuff has like 80s, 79s, 73, and this has a 64 out of 100, so 6.4. I feel like that is completely unwarranted, because I feel like it really fits the album. And it adds a bit of like substance to the project, because it has felt like a bit of a Renaissance show a tiny bit, but this adds like a bit of like, I don't know, spunk for that. Like a bit of, I don't know, as I said, spunk for this project in particular, and it not be like, it makes it a bit more memorable, I guess. Like I could think of like, oh, that's a project with like pause tapes on it, because that was not just a handful of like really well done like polished versions of Boom Bap, but updated in 2025. It's like this added a bit more layers to it. I liked it.
Loop. Record. Loop. 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 Loop.
I do like the prettiness to DJ Prem's beats, and it's interesting with Nas, because like, if I remember, Illmatic doesn't really have this sort of pretty strings and stuff behind it, but DJ Premier has production on like Gangstar, and more recently have that, so it's cool seeing Nas on that sort of production.
I'm hard to read like graffiti. Here's my galactic citizenship card. Interplanetary mission, I've been discharged to hit y'all. No ancillary staff will assist me. I'm about to show you what that writer's list be. See, I'm a writer in rap form, but these are writers that bomb trains and subway platforms. Courageous, brave, and street creators. They synonymous with DJs, rappers, and breakers. Arms folded, jail poses, ill portraits, foster kids mixed in with
he's
the ill
fucking
fortune. Fat laces, back in the day, shit
glided on this
tagging
beat.
their names, putting their signatures in places. Courtyards, sports bars, landmarks, 10 clocks, jams in the park, they doing art. Big bubble letters all over the city. I see it up in high places, wonder how they did it. Admit it, I always wish that I could do the same. But now the mic is a marker, I'm tagging up names. Sometimes at night I would walk with a pen, with a marker, or even some chalk.
Writing my name in graffiti.
Yes, indeedy, I wrote graffiti.
Sometimes at night I would walk with a pen, with a marker, or even some chalk.
Yes, indeedy, I wrote graffiti.
I'm hard to read like graffiti. Henry Shafront made Star Wars. A young K Slade tag was theirs. Go check it out, y'all. Zephyr got a Z sprayed on his back. Sleep out a train track in wild style. Straight outlaws. Zorro was Lee Quinonez. Shout the Saint, Blade, Ink, Scene, Cave, Crass, and Topaz. Shouting out Taki 183. Cornbread straight out of Philly. Phase 2 out of NYC. The mic is a marker, I'm tagging more names. Quick and Fuzz, a cool sphere out of Queens. Case 2, easy, Cap Ghost Germs. If you into art, you should be concerned. These are some of the kings of the graphs. And there's some iconic queens I should add. Charming, Claw, Lady Pink goes back. And Mad C, Germany's on the map. On the west, Slick Dream, Chaka, and Hex. And international writers I can't forget. So let's salute the highly gifted Krylon mystics. This is homage to the ghetto hieroglyphics. Sometimes at night I would walk with a pen, with a marker, or even some chalk.
This is fucking amazing. Like, his performance is actually incredible.
Sometimes at night I would walk with a pen, with a marker, or even some
And the
chalk.
beat is quite nice.
I'm hard to read like graffiti. Shout out to TK, Costin Revs, Bomb 5, Peak, Reese, VE, Jesus Saves, 2 Ill, Doze, PJ, Chino, Coco 144, Billy, Vinny, Flashbacks, JA, Ecstasy Crew, It's all you, what you gonna do? Baby, 168, one up, can two bait, Cal first, we get it straight, can control, Futura, Eastro on the run.
I do find, sorry to pause here, but I do find it interesting that the only other project I've heard is Illmatic, right? And on both projects, there's like shout out songs, like representatives, like talking about like bigging up the people that represent New York and stuff like that. And it's cool that like on this track as well, I wonder if there's a motif throughout most of his albums where he has like a track that like just shouts out the community a bit more, you know? I like that he has that with the writers, like, I don't know, giving them a bit of a space to prop them up. Also, we're thinking on like a broader scale of how just like incredible Nas is as like a genre pioneer and a rapper is really interesting to me, because like modern rock music, right, is 40s, 50s. So and hip hop started like, I think it's 1974 or something like that, 1975. 1940s, go 20 years in the future, you have like a bit of Bob Dylan, early Bob Dylan and stuff like that. You have very early Beatles, and I guess like looking at the landscape of like Chuck Berry to the Beatles and seeing how, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'll come back to that. With 20 years, it's kind of crazy how well and clean Nas's rapping was just 20 years within the genre. Where like the polish that rap has had and hip hop has had within 20 years of its lifespan, from like 1975 to 1994, for like when Illmatic comes out and Get Ready to Die, all that sort of stuff, right? The polish that was done and the evolution and the transformation that was able to happen within 20 years is kind of fucking unparalleled, to the point of like Nas still making incredible music today. That's also mental. Like when we just look at the broad scope of music, that's mental. Like you don't hear it's not like the Beatles were making incredible, so they start like, let's say 30 years on from the Beatles, like 1963, 1993, they weren't making 6 songs. Granted, John Lennon died, but like I don't even know if Paul McCartney was making really good solo records at that time or whatever. The longevity of Nas isn't just great in the rap scene, because I know he's always and rightfully lauded as an incredible rapper, as like one of the GOATs. But I feel like in all of music, the longevity is crazy. Like you might have a tiny bit of longevity talk when you see like Black Sabbath, maybe, but that even has like changing frontmen. But with Nas, it's 30 years. 30 years. Like the only other artist I can think of, and it's like a more recent example, like, again, is like Deftones. And it's just, and like maybe Radiohead or something. But like it's crazy the longevity that Nas has had, especially when he was one of like the formative pioneers of that genre. You just don't see that. Like you just don't. It's just fucking crazy.
Suckers, Eli, old Queens boys, mad style king. Most talked about mob rules. For the rap, can't be stopped. For the rush, game, 3D stylograph. When the cops came, they ran away, then returned. Keep hearing crackers whack just burns into my mind. It's called vandalism, like a crime. They had intuition, cause getting pitched was a given. Not new to the system, when it's in you was like a religion. Fade was Fab Fire Freddy, oh did I mention? Crack, sit, gears and poem. Sitting on a throne is Merc Gnome. And scheme is the whiz and shame. Trap invoking Harlem Hall of Fame. Ice Itch, most famous for freight trains. The mic is a marker, I'm tagging up names. Dondi, Serve, Running Man, Wayne. Echo and Totem, Tame 1, Ace 1, Men 1. Same old, that's Basquiat done. Big shout out the whole Tats crew gang. His scrapyard to rack up some new paint. Made you look, another legendary crew. How ironic I made a song with that name in '02. Saint Smith, 2 brothers, 1 pass. FX crew, idea and stash. Risk, R-I-S-K, Cope Revolt, Tracy 168, Doc, TC5 crew, Part, Shot 147, it don't stop. And we all send blessings to these 2. Salute 167 and rule. So let's salute the highly gifted Krylon mystics. This is homage to the ghetto hieroglyphics. To all the writers out there that's just getting started, just getting your name out there. Keep bombing.
I think this is just such a wholesome, incredible song. I think it goes to show, like, I guess like a bit more of a peel backing of curtain of like Nas seems like a pretty good fucking dude. Like the idea, like just this song, how he also is obviously this shout out song isn't just like some cheap ploy to make himself look good. He put in the effort to make that like the best track on the album so far. Top tier shit. Ooh, this sounds clean as fuck.
Young Kings. It all starts. Humble beginnings. Young Kings. Young Kings. Yeah. Head on a swivel, loaded lead in a nickel. The devil holding a sickle, wanna sever your tissue. That's forever the issue, then candlelight of the visual. They say jail is both a rehab center and homeless shelter. And life and death is close as a tonic and seltzer. Never fold under pressure, give you my manifesto. Every man is a vessel, my
Oh, there's a bit of like MF Doom stuff with some of the pronunciation. I guess I'm noticing more MF Doom. Like MF Doom was influenced by Nas more than I realized.
You can smell them, I try to tell them. All the diamonds and foreigns, all the finest of garments. It's really how it ends and not how it started. Filthy rich scuba diving in your wealthy pockets. Louis Prada, but health is my most valuable stock tip. Y'all about to run things to my young kings. To my brothers with sons, let them run. To my brothers with sons.
I really like the subject matter that he's touching on with this. Like, it's just more mature, it's nice. And it makes sense, he's like older.
To my sisters with boys, the joy. To my sisters with boys, enjoy. Tell him stand tall, know he should go for it all.
Be the glorious king.
Plenty stuff I used to see, I often thought was an image of us. Getting off the city bus, all the memories rush. I used to look up at the crosses sign. A child would have grown up holding his arm while I was walking with my mom. I pointed at it, automatic. I saw it as a little boy who was the baddest. Like, don't let him run in traffic. I really thought the crosses sign was me and my mom. Like, who thought we was that important for a street sign? One year she told me that sign was for everybody. I'm like, we ain't everybody now, we special, mommy. Playing with toys, yo, she got us Atari. Those is Miss Ann's boys, Nasir and Jabari. Our youth was constantly fighting institutional racism in school. We questioned the bias, too little future lions. Haile Selassie's in training. Y chromosome, and no time they grown. Firstborn be like the mom, secondborn.
This is also an amazing track, which I honestly believe like this one could go up. I love the beat, and I love the subject matter. I love how well he's rapping on this, and how well written it is. I love it.
A little different from him and his mom. To my sisters with boys, the joy. To my sisters with boys, enjoy. Tell him stand tall, know he should go for it all.
Be the glorious king.
I really like that track, especially considering the fact that like obviously there's an absolute like epidemic of men not like young boys not having male role models and that sort of thing. The only like gripe, like nitpick I could have is like, as much as this is, I feel like a really mature, nice track to make young boys feel less alone and have some guidance and that sort of thing. How many of those people are listening to the new Nas album? That's the only problem. Like that's not an issue with Nas. It's like you still have to try. But I just really like that. I really like it because there's a massive issue when it comes to like male role models amongst young boys and stuff like that. And having this like very mature sort of perspective, talking from his own perspective, is really cool. And it reminds me of like, I haven't listened to like basically any Outkast, but I do know Andre 3000's like, oh, what am I going to be writing about when you're like 50 or whatever? And I don't know, like, I feel like, I don't know if Nas or Andre 3000 has more sway in the younger generation. I would tend to lean towards maybe Andre 3000 does have more, but it means that like if he had the gumption or whatever to want to do a song like this, I feel like it would be good. Like having a lot of like the older guard make more like mature music that is setting a good example, that sort of thing, and like making young boys feel less alone. It's good. Like it's like a bit parasocial, but it's like, I don't know, Nas is watching out for her. Can't be the worst, right? It's just cute. I like it.
Hey yo, Black, it's time.
The funky is back.
Hey yo, Black, it's time. Yeah. Time traveling. Hey, yo, Black, it's time. Yeah. Hey, yo, time flows through me. How many rhyme flows and lines can I recite with my eyes closed? Yo, let's shoot this movie smoothly. Listen to me. Let's take it to the past long before the new me. I seen it when it first got tricky. Dipping through the city, whipping new cars to the herb spots for the sticky. I was the one by the tree in the GS3 with Biggie. Next thing you know, where the time go is gone quickly. Spin down the street back where I used to be. Stomping grounds.
The production here is also good. It feels like there was like a tiny lull at the start of the project, but like the production is just taking a step up.
20. I stepped out, I stretched out, I took a breath in, let a breath out. I don't flex, don't want clout, but what I do want to see is my brothers are winning. And all my people out there cherish the time you give it.
You know what time it is? The illest shit that ever happened. You know what time it is? You know what time it is?
Time traveling.
The illest shit that ever happened.
I use every second as a weapon. Every minute keeps on slipping. Time is a construct of your limits. The big bang to now. Evolution to how little time mankind has really been around and grown over 50 perspective. Is there an age limit to disc records, or may it just be a message? Kids are doing drive-bys. I'm looking like time flies. Squeezing hammers, even when there's cameras up in the sky. Spark the lie with the double R I drive. Pretty thugs show no love. It's like when doves cry. Maybe I'm just too much of a smuggler, minded hustler, timeless. Couple hundred cover the knuckles with diamonds.
Oh, fucking hell.
On us from
This
the
is
block,
so
niggas
good.
telling on us, wore a vest in the summer sweating, they try getting on us. Prayers, cause gangsters go to heaven and life's weighing on us. Premier, play the chorus, yeah.
You know what time it is? The illest shit that ever happened. You know what time it is?
I really love how crisp the
Hey, yo,
bass
Black,
sounds.
it's time.
I love it. This is a really good project, actually. Like, it's not going to be like a top 5 of the year for me, but it's got some spunk. It could be like top 30, top 20. It's like pretty good. I've listened to like 200 albums this year. It's just a solid project.
Just that one hand on the steering wheel music. Yeah. Let's go.
I like the like Vertigo-ish, like 50s, 60s sort of sound to the backing track.
I'll define it as one killing with rhyme, the other dealing supplying. Garments of all kind, no more designer to wear. Style more modest these years, honorable to compare. The guards ask go nasty nice from Nasir. Since the sandbox came out of it, part of my ominous content, y'all should be scared. Birth certificate says Nasir, origin not clear, but what a great name to bear. My name is not as common as Muhammad or as popular or as praiseworthy, so I adopted a moniker. I'm Nasty Nas, I was destined to be here in Grandmaster Cass's atmosphere to breathe Kumo D's air. This Esco here, I like that hip hop stuff, but come here, I whisper in your ear, I don't give a fuck. It sounds like it bothers you that I'm just that guy, just that fly. Nah, but I know that you hate me for rapping the tracks that sound like mafia movie scores, babe. That was your thing.
Yeah.
You was getting that through the doors crazy. Cause it didn't happen before me, sorry. You was talking Cristal first. Yeah, that was all me. But I brought the blick to the church. I told you run it now. My jury box open, you hearing a humming sound. Not humble, not underground. Fuck your cigars and fedora hats. This is real rap. What could be better than that? The double R, the iciest jewels. Cash rules, heavenly messenger, white gloves, white shoes. Man, that sound materialistic. Rapping about how the rich live. Yo, that boom bap is too whack. That don't get you no bitches. But Nasty the type to rob you. Who you talking to? You. Who? You. No one left in this room, just us.
Oh, I really like the sound design of like the body dropping and stuff like that.
Well, that was some great
This is a sick track.
Now it's time for some words from the heart of Nasir. Yeah. I'm a father, philanthropist, film director, and author, tech impresario, resorts world, casino partner, a restaurateur. By
It's
the
quite
time you hear this
amazing.
song, I'll probably open up a whole new store. Get involved, I'm a mogul. Massive with my moves, everything got appeal. I lead the way, I'm trying to see much more of us here. Even make our own cigars top tier. We do branding, expanding a 30-year career. I'm just scratching the surface. The next phase in Nasir, phase 4, the 4th dimension. The legacy's here, and other things I won't mention. I'm winning when I'm not even trending. Trailblazing, the message I'm sending. When you evolve into your true growth, they say you can't do both. Feed your soul and get money. I'm like two goats, so I guess as long as it's knocking, we'll solve the problem. When it's crack it a rock at the bottom, then you got him.
This is just, I'm so glad. Like at the start of the project, it was good. I would have enjoyed it if the rest of the project was as good as the start, because yeah, it's good. But he's really like the last like stretch of 4 tracks have been like truly great to amazing songs, and it's like, damn, what I was talking about with like, I think like on New York State of Mind, I think part 3, I was talking about like with the skills that he's showing in the first 3 tracks, he could make genuinely really compelling, amazing, like top tier, like music that is like on the same level as like the Clips reunion that everyone is raving on about. He could do that, and I feel like he's kind of like getting a bit in that ball game when it comes to the last 4 tracks. It's just, yeah, he's just showing why he is still fucking incredible, and to be able to still make music this good 30 years on is fucked. Like, it shouldn't work that way. Like, no one should be that talented. Oh, this sounds pretty as well. It's the mixing.
Right, yeah, immaculate.
The mixing has gotten better in the last 4 tracks.
It's been a minute, Esco.
Oh, indeed. Every time the right time.
Yeah, ladies, y'all invited.
Always, always. Ladies.
Let's get money now. Let's get money on.
How much we talking?
Trying to diversify the portfolio.
What else, God?
Everything else.
Well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
My story, your story.
Weed high war stories.
Kid fly raw stories.
I could cry more stories.
Fuck a orgy, touch her face, 2 mouths kissing
This
on me.
track, for whatever reason, reminds me a bit more of like R.A. the Runkin' Man.
Sucker softly,
like the
finger fucking the
rap style.
Talk to me, that's that joy brought thoughtfully.
The mature me, there's more to the story, glory.
Surely, switch sides for the lift ride, the fish fry.
It's them guys with their money up, diamonds jumping like Bobby with a Gumby cut. Choosing wisely high as the movie Friday, 100 blunts.
Pre-roll, never we fold. Fuck it, he hold, but me though. Had the piss Ozies out for my P.O.
We herbalists, raised by gangsters on streets that's murderous.
Work too much,
taking vacations more, it worked for us.
Thanks to us, it's more fly living and less angel dust. Tangled up
in the mountains, don't let them hang you up.
My story, your story.
Weed high war stories.
Get fly raw stories.
Who could cry more stories?
Glasses tilt pour for me. Brownstone 4 stories. Eyes on all glory. We outgrown and warm Maurice.
With the mic cord, I could talk to GDs and vice lords. Folk nation Mexican gangs that's doing life for it.
Crisscross crash out. Kidded cars cashed out. Cul-de-sac glass house. Solar facts axe bout.
12 jewels, show and prove. Earth revolve around the sun. To know whom and what you are, food shelter bound to come.
Love, peace, and happiness. This is what we rapping with. Still we ain't having it. Relaxed around the savages.
Exactly what our fabric is. Others are embarrassing. Arm and hammer balancing. Sneaker box what the cash was in.
Battle land. Back then bricks built from a half a gram. Ashy hands.
No gloves cooking up. Had a
I really like the rhyming.
My story, your story.
And I think the production is quite great, but I just feel like it doesn't have like the same level of that grabs me. But it's still like a good to great track.
Weed high war stories.
Get fly raw stories.
Who could cry more stories?
360. This is crazy right here. This was needed.
We needed this right here. Yeah.
Another joint. We tied one. We tied the knot on this one.
Yes, sir.
QB, what's going on? Brooklyn.
BK.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Serious right here.
Bronx.
Y'all wanted this. This is what y'all wanted.
Staten Island.
What else y'all want?
Long Island. Yeah.
Esco.
What up, Sos?
Time is perfect.
It is, man.
What's this, the 20th joint?
This is like, yeah, I can't even count no more.
I feel like the small spoken
right
word
here,
passage
babe.
brings it down a tiny bit.
You know what I mean,
Feel
bro?
good. This feel good, man.
This feel like Delancey Street. This feel like Albee Square Mall. It feel like.
Yo, it's 2030 right now. We from the club, kid.
Yeah, boy.
Primo.
I'm rating a 6 because I feel like I'm just not going to come back to the track because the last 2 minutes are them chatting to each other, which is like a cool thing. But I wish it would transition into an interlude where they were just chatting and it basically you just cut it off, so I can just listen to My Story, Your Story if I wanted to, and it'll be like a pretty good track that I could stream. But having this kind of, it's not a skit, but like interlude sort of conversation at the end of it, just means there's going to be listened to less. But like the performances on it by all of them and like the production value is still pretty good. So it's decent. 6 out of 10. Decent.
Shit, another classic, man. Bring it to a closure.
To the ladies,
Ooh, I like
and
her
all
playing
party
music.
goers.
Where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen?
To the ladies, and all party goers.
Where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen?
What would the world be without beautiful, powerful women? The mimas, the grandmas, the nation building. Who educates us, challenges, teaches, lovers, support us. It gives birth to all the world's sons and daughters. And y'all deserve props cause y'all running hip hop. Started with Shy Rock, 50 years later, women is on top. Bahamadia, Missy, Moni, Light, and Queen Latifah. Miss Lauryn Hill is an honor for me to even meet you. Where would we be without Queens in the microphone? Roxanne, Shantae, we both call QB home. Though she pushing the culture, I'm inspired by Salt and Pepper, Nikki, Foxy, and Kim, and Megan Cardi and Left Eye. Plus, nothing realer than Lotto, Glorilla, and Rod Digger, Remy, Rhapsody, and Eve, all straight killers. And I was signed by a woman, she created a movement. So much love to Faith Newman. What we doing? This one goes out to the whole woman nation.
To the ladies, and all party
This is, see, like, these songs are so, just make this project so much better. Writers, Sons, Located, The Ladies, like, these are just really great tracks, and they're so wholesome, and it just definitely makes me view Nas as, like, a lot more positively, rather than just like an amazing artist. Like, seems like a pretty decent person.
When my eyes squint, you'll see what I see. Our presence together is always a pleasure. So I figured I'd write you a letter. You a queen, you a star, supernatural. Pure gratitude by your side, but let me ask you, why don't the world recognize your hard work? You being unappreciated makes my heart hurt. Aphrodite almighty, it's no myth, you remind me of all motivating women that's been with me beside real one. Love you from now to infinity, in every way, from spiritual, mentally, physically. You showed me how to be more empathetic. Shout to the female DJs mixing this record, and you the flies by far. Stop playing with her. Every glass, raise it up. This is for my ladies. This one goes
Is there
out
any
to the whole woman nation.
women DJs that did actually produce any of these songs?
Where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen?
With love from Nas and Cream, this one goes
to the ladies, and all party goers.
Where the ladies at? And if you know who you are, why don't you make yourself seen?
This goes to all of y'all. Mia X, Yo Yo, y'all been putting it down. Lady of Rage, Dimples D, Sparky D, Sweet T, Beverly Poole, Antoinette, Jean Grey, Lola Brooke, Sexy Red, Coyle Ray, City Girls, Cash Doll, Honey Baby, Bernadette Price, Charlie Baltimore, Trina, Doja Cat, LaChat, Rest in Poetry, Gangsta Boo, MC Trouble, Shout to Conscious Daughters, in Oaktown 357, Sweetie, Isis, Via, shout out to Ladybug Mecca, The Sequence,
This more spoken word, like, shout out stuff, it's not as bad because it's kind of just really wholesome.
MC, Nishi Me, all y'all lit, frickin' frat, Finesse Sin Quiz. I could go on and keep going. Shout to Eternia, Ice Cream Tea, rest in peace, boss. Shout out Nefertiti, Storm, Shorty No Mas, Iggy, Paula Perry, Shay Noir, yeah, Sonya Blade, Kaya, 3D Nati, Amani Caesar, Ice Spice, yeah, Nonchalant, 5 o'clock in the morning, Imani Montana, Dej Loaf, Nitty Scott MC, Hurricane G, Miss Melody, Sugar T, Young M.A. What up, Scarlett? Shout to Lady London. What up, JJ Fad? Yeah. To the whole queendom of rap. Love to all of y'all. Whoever I name, I still love you. For life. Love from Nas and Preem. Yeah.
I just like the like role model shoes that Nas is filling. It's nice.
I kept telling myself I was gonna kick, but I never did. I'm a junkie. I'll be a junkie the rest of my life.
I let the flow go where it wanna go. Back with Primo. Let's do it for days of B.I.G. Yeah. I 3D printed the studio, D&D reinvented me and you know who, Preem. And yeah, y'all, it's been a minute. Come up to the 4th floor through the door, Primo renamed it. Now it's headquarters under a new location. We aliens like a deity trust. Man, I have standards, I'm the G.O.D. Bruh, I'm supposed to big kick this habit. Done with it, having fun with it. Hard to let it go. How could you when you in love with it? Once upon a time, I couldn't start my day without it. I played it every morning loud while I'm ironing my outfit. In my car, just zoning out, straight hot boxing. I need that real dope. Why can't I fuck with some boxing? Medications, they just don't work. My body jerks. R&B playing constant is how I got through the hurt. 808 addictions, sound of a DJ mixing. Had to stay away from my young boy cause all he listens to that gritty, that raw, intense, hardcore. But makes me wanna put them on to some much harder songs. I consult a physician, prescribe me a pill. How do I cope? I could die on this hill. Find a rehab for beats and lyrics, a treatment center.
I really like this.
Counselor said I should be speaking better. Hi, I'm a rapaholic. Only been sober since my last installment. Need music with substance, so it's abuse they call it. I'm still sick. Hello everybody. Now I sit. We all in this circle together. Ain't that a bitch? I brought my brother here with me. His name is Chris. He got a habit just like me. He cannot kick. So again, be smart, cause this is fun for me. No matter how nice you are, don't come for me. I'm still a junkie, hip-hop junkie. I need it in my arteries, it keeps calling me.
And that's serious as a heart attack. I'm an ancient artifact, we question if your art is fact.
I came from the bottom, I need it in my arteries, it keeps calling me.
And that's serious as a heart attack. I'm an ancient artifact, we question if your art is fact.
I came from the bottom, I need it in my arteries.
I really like that, like, it's...
88 Rucker Park, trucks and cars.
I know there's not a lot of depth to it, but I don't think that matters. I just kind of really like the concept of the song. Like, I'm a junkie for rap and stuff like that, and I can kind of understand that. Like, now that I've started this channel, right, I've listened to 1,000 albums in a year. Rap is, like, consistently. I'll actually just pull it up. Let me just pull it up. I have listened to 1,000 records, and 38 of them are 10s. So let's look. One. If you count Miseducation, some people don't. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does new metal count? 12 and a half, let's say. 13, 14. 14 out of my 38 10s are rap. And it's like, I was a metal sort of emo guy, right? I feel like just rap it's just the best genre, right? Like, I feel like rock has had a longer time, so you might be able to find better, more amount of good albums in rock. But, like, the actual production throughout rap in the 50-year history it has is also fucking, like, insane. Just actually insane. And yeah, like, as much as I might have, like, a personal affinity to, like, certain, like, metal, post-hardcore, metalcore sort of stuff, I just feel like rap is a better genre. And yeah, I can kind of relate to it as, like, a new person who is fucking loving rap, which I would probably say that started with me liking Linkin Park, but yeah, it's just fucking top tier.
They were stunting hard, 1,000 people, cops hot as summer, y'all. Fresh out the subway cars, young Esco, no bum dress flow. Shopped a 2.5 to Nike, dunked the guard. Stomping was a little conscious monster. Educated ignorance, lion head, ring on the index flex. Let's get into it. Bought books, caught jokes, and stuck between living clean and overcoming lawlessness. Trying to balance the Constitution writers knew the truth, but some are liars. A jambalaya combined with crime and the law abiding. Something they saw inside NAS and Sony signed them. I'm just a humble giant, stumble but fall forward, never backwards. What is your dream? I'm my great-great-grandfather's dream. One thing, when you make yourself too accessible, some can lose respect and think less of you.
Yeah, let's stop there with the other ones.
Because I'm a junkie.
And that's serious as a heart attack. I'm an ancient artifact, we question if your art is fact.
I
Came from the bottom.
I need it in my arteries. It keeps calling me.
And that's serious as a heart attack. I'm an ancient artifact. We question if your art is fact. Came from the bottom.
I need it in my arteries. It's cause I'm a junkie.
Just top tier. Just actually so good. Like, I also think that like rap gives like a unique platform to be able to make sort of song concepts like this because it's so lyrically focused. It's also part of the reason why I feel like rap is the main predominant genre that can actually make a lot more like political tracks, and it not fall on deaf ears as much because like you can articulate yourself a bit better than having to like basically pass yourself through a style a lot of the time. Like Born in the USA, obviously being an anti-war song, and like kind of anti-patriotic, but it's used as a patriotic song, same with like Prince, Clearwater Revival, that sort of stuff. But like I feel like a lot of the conscious hip hop, the reason that you can tell that it's kind of hard to look past the conscious aspects of it and the messages behind it is the lack of popularity with like the most conscious and radical songs from like Ice Cube and stuff like that. If what is it, like or Dr. Dre's The Chronic, the day that they took over. Like that song has like fuck no streams. And I feel like that's because a song like that, it sounds fucking incredible. And in any other genre, I feel like it would have the same streams as the rest of the album. But because rap is a platform where you can portray your message a lot more clearly, and not fall on deaf ears, that song just doesn't get played as much because it's more radical or whatever. But it at least like the genre at least allows the platform for that sort of thing to happen, which is cool. Yeah, like it's weird. The production has just gotten clean. Like halfway through the project, it just stayed put.
A few bars, check a few flows.
For every word I spit, I get
Phenomenal.
And we might as well shine together. I made moves in the trenches, looking over my shoulders. A fool and his riches will soon part. That's what they told us. A school of fish follows a shark to eat his leftovers. And when that shark is hungry again, it ups the death total. Esco in that Maybach truck, Macallan Scotch in the cup. 300,000 watching the stallion that's rolling up. A boss is one who learned to get dope and he show you. Keep the limelight, our curves, them photos, I'm Yoda. The wise one, high off the blunt smoke. Worrying about the next man will stunt growth. Just do my shadow boxing and jump rope. I don't front for attention for ratchet sisters. Till my casket dip, I'ma want more. Just a truth trick. So many new chicks, I wish I was born with two. Oops, I take that line back. A devil in a blue dress, I grind that. Body so crazy, they asking where I find that. 35,000.
This has like kind of like an Alfredo 2 sort of vibes from like The Alchemist. It's interesting.
for every word I spit, I get
Phenomenal.
And we might as well shine together. Like a baby baffled, first time seeing the shadow. People react the same to what prima Nas will unravel. Rugged pistol holder / government whistleblower. Repugnant information, the public should get to know us. The boroughs into Piscataway.
It's like a pretty good to great song.
A staggering rise of music coming out, I calculate. Cause when my name is mentioned, is why the game be shifting. When you lames drop, the people remain indifferent. This is my dissertation, displaying it at my leisure. Precious like postal cards written by slaves in secret. Black preachers casting spirits back into hell. Hear the trumpets in the Bible as Joshua starts to yell. Easy money is robbery in broad day. Might call BET to play my videos all day. The cribs are mini museums. The closets are more like small department stores. I drop that raw.
A few bars, check a few flows.
For every word I spit, I get
And we might as well shine together.
It's just great. It's like pretty good to great. There's not like a bad song on this. Like the only issue I have is My Story, Your Story is less replayable because it has the conversation at the end of the track. But like that feels like not even an issue with the song or the album. That just feels like an issue with it not being cut up into an interlude.
could it be?
NAS, resurrect through the birth of my seed. Queensbridge, make everything right.
Is it time to take off the Scully, the Timbs, and the fitted caps? Time to let go the weed, kill it, the jeans sag. Ozzy Osbourne still got his fingernails black. Rock and roll is still rebels, any age that they at. But with rappers a time limit, never. I'm living proof. I'm the truth till if I live till 102. When I was young I knew nothing, but then here comes a new lesson. From an older gentleman dressing Dior, he flexing. He said it's not how old you are, it's how you feel. Look here, I'm in my Air Max 87 still. Rasta still smoking, secluded out in the bush. Pimps still wearing their derbies, people still dipping snuff. That's how we stay true. Ways we learned in the days of our youth. Seen a man like 82, he rocked his hat age deuce. I'm going out hood, different from being a third childhood. Switched it up a little, but still, I'm going out hood.
When I flow for the street,
who else could it be?
NAS,
This is also great.
resurrect through the birth of my seed.
Fuck.
Queensbridge, make everything right.
It's crazy. You could have an album like Illmatic, and 30 years later you could have an album this good. Like that consistency is crazy.
Through the birth of my seed. Queensbridge, make everything right.
Hear me out now, back in the days it sure was a time. Hear me out if I've been your age and you haven't been mine. As we get older, at time great turns into mediocre, good turns into so-so. Bad just means that it could be better. I wrote a letter to the judge for Prince, a sharp-minded man who thought his way about the pens. Corporations are not the genius that created gangster rap. Never give them credit for that, we made it that. I assisted hip-hop 50 to that whirly stage and brought Kool Herc on stage. I made sure the hip-hop museum got paid. Matter of fact, anything my name is involved with, positivity revolves in it. Serendipitous, always move with confidence. You may not see me sweat, but trust, yo, I work hard for this. Grew up around heroin addicts before that crack shit. Crack was light compared to what the smack did. Y'all played with marbles, we played with dope fiend needles we found. Injecting worms when the rain brought them up from the ground. There's nothing changing, some of my men, we go back like daylight savings. My third childhood, that third course, that's the main dish. Hope we get dessert, that's the cherry on top.
Yeah, this is also amazing.
Sundays, but we still carry
I'm incredibly impressed.
If you made it this far,
The longevity, the
good.
consistency, the quality of the projects is fucking incredible.
Who else could it be?
NAS, resurrect through the birth of my seed. Queensbridge, make everything right. Get yours, nigga. When I flow for the street,
who else could it be?
NAS, resurrect through the birth of my seed. Queensbridge, make everything right. Get yours, get yours, get yours, get yours.
It's also a nice beat. Like there's like a, I like that dun dun at the end there. Yeah, this project's fucking good. Probably like I've only listened to maybe 3 or 4 Mass Appeal projects from this year, but second favorite. De La Soul's probably number 1. But yeah, it's just a really good project. Like Nas is absolutely spitting on the fucking tracks. It shows that he's like, as much as he has features on this, he definitely doesn't need features. The same way they didn't need features on like Illmatic, right? He only had Q-Tip, if I remember correctly. Incredibly fucking talented, and just makes such good music. And his voice, like, that's what what rap sounds like in my head. Like, is Nas. Like that's what when I think of the quintessential like good rapper, I think Nas is like the voice that plays in my head. I don't even think of it as Nas. I just think that's the voice that plays in my head when I think of like just top tier rap. I'm assuming that I'm not alone in that either. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far, you've supported me by far enough, and I appreciate it so much because why did you listen to me yap for so long? But if you want to get early access to a bunch of albums, like Illmatic, I recorded in fucking April. It's December, obviously, because this came out in December. So that's going to be posted on YouTube at some point. But if you want to get it early, you can go to my Patreon. It's $5 a month. You can get $2. You can get 2 classic albums reactions from that, or you can get 1 non-classic. I have a list of the classic albums. There's some Jay-Z there I haven't listened to. All of these are going to be first-time listens as well. Like I haven't heard these songs before. I absolutely adored music, but I stuck in my lane. I listened to Bring Me the Horizon. I listened to Linkin Park, Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, and that's like all I listened to. And I listened to it for like 100,000 minutes a year. But I didn't branch out and listen to albums. And honestly, I didn't even listen to front to back albums from these people. I would just find the 30 songs that I love, chuck it in a playlist, listen to that 250 song playlist for the rest of my life. But I've really enjoyed jumping on this like journey of listening to all these classic albums for the first time. And if you want me to listen to your classic album that you love and hold dearly, you can support me there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I absolutely loved you. Peace.